Hello and welcome to my next patch notes video for the wonderful Clockwork Empires. We're up to version 33. As they said, they're releasing them once a month, and it's that time again. It is middle of the month, and they've released the Bandit raid on Fightin Vicar's Zedock Woodburn's Frontier Chapel. Look at that artwork. I love this game. I love these people. I know I don't make many videos of them. It's because they release a new one every single month. And as I said before, I'll try and do like one run through per patch. If it comes really liked, I'll do more. To be fair, but there are still quite a few bugs, and it's a really fun game. I just can't play it lots and lots because they have the other games which do take a long time. But for this one, you've got to play it. It's lovely. And look at the artwork. This is what I love about it. The whole Victorian steampunk sort of thing. You've got a vicar there who's looking mean and tough with his blunderbuss against a knight with an old school knight helmet, like the Knights of Knee, his tiny little hand pistol, and you've got these other bandits down here looking pretty awesome. It's just great. And don't forget the cabbages, pumpkins. Sorry, the pumpkins in the background. The pumpkins and the cabbages will keep things going. But onto the patch notes. This one doesn't actually have as many changes as normal. And the thing is as well, with the bug fixes that are coming out, the bugs are becoming more and more zany in that I can't really find them myself. The first few that came out, I was like, yeah, I know about that. That would happen to me every time. Now there's a couple in here that I'm thinking, really? And there's even one thing they've fixed, which apparently has affected 3 people. Now to me, that makes it difficult for me to really explain what it's all about. However, on the other hand, it shows what an amazing company they are. I mean, 3 people were affected by a bug in a beta, and they've gone out of their way to try and fix it. I mean, come on, they're a good team. Even if just I would say just buy the game purely to give them some money. You don't have to play it. If you don't like it, don't play it. It's fine. But they're a great company, and you should really support them because they are, again, they're great. Anyway, Clockwork Empire Revision 33 changelog. Bandit attack on Fightin Vicar Zedock Woodburn's Frontier Chapel. The big features: Bandits attack. Or bandits attacks, chapels and vicars to see your colonists' spiritual guidance, the rendering overhaul of Doom for Mac OS and Linux, and workshops can be given standing orders to maintain a player-defined number of products in a colony at all times. And also there's some adorable foxes. Although actually I've looked up about this, they're not actually that adorable. They are in game, however not. Yep, I'll come to that. Engine, enormous rewrite of the entire renderer for Mac OS and Linux. Rewrite of all shaders, improve rendering performance. I mean, that alone, the amount of people that are affected with Mac OS and Linux compared to Windows is tiny. It's a tiny amount, and yet they had, I think they said they had a bespoke Linux, OpenGL rendering software, and they've updated it to, I think it's 3.2, something like that. They've updated quite a lot, and they've done all that purely so people who play Mac OS and Linux can actually play the game in a good enough manner. I mean, big companies don't even do that. They'd sort of say Windows is who they were going for, not doing it for this tiny. Here, there's probably about 20-30 people maybe playing on that. They really pushed about to make sure their customers are happy, and so that is a big change. Do update your video drivers. If you're going to play the game, update video drivers. Just do that first. Just update them to the latest, then go play the game. Because if there's any bugs because of that, it's just going to mess with them, and they're going to say, well, have you updated your drivers? You're going to say, no, I haven't. You then do it, and it's all fine, and you're just wasting their time. Don't waste their time. I will find you if you waste their time. I will hunt you down. I'll use my special set of skills. I will find you, and I will obviously not kill you because I can't say that. But, you know, evil eyes towards you right now. Evil eyes. Anyway, they fixed stockpile serialization on the save load. Every time you save load, they tried to like obviously load it in the tables, and it didn't load quite right because they tried to give it all specific sequence numbers, and then as you move it around, it kind of no, it's fixed now. Game now lets you know if the starting scripts are broken. Thank you very much. So obviously if things are broken at the very beginning, before you wouldn't even know about it, you carry on, or something to say, oh, this LUA issues come up, and you're like, well, yeah, but if you told me that from the very start, I could have just rebooted, and it would have been fine. They actually come up at the beginning now, which is good. Crash when a camera setting, some of these things I haven't come across myself, so I can't really give very good descriptions. These are the ones I was really talking about. Crash when a camera target is deleted, crash writing empty string to console, pathfinding stall, that's it. Characters. They've added the Vicar class. Yeah, there he is. The vicars will give sermons, and colonists will listen to sermons if they want. They've also added, which I'll tell you later, they've added the chapel building, so they give the sermons in the chapel. And people actually now have traits which say they are part of, the A, that they can give sermons, and B, that they're that kind of religion. They like that sort of thing. They'll go and listen to sermons, etc. The result of the sermon depends on the vicar's traits and other qualities. So, people who are really, really devout will give much better sermons. Added congregant class. People actually go to see the sermons chapels. The sermons chapels? No. The sermons. The vicar's sermon. There you go. Right, I'm not really very religious. I don't know this sort of thing. Fixed drop tool / drink a beverage loop. Yes, again, it was a typo. So they go along, they go and have a drink. They leave their thing on the ground. They go off to go get their drink. Then have to come back to pick their tool up to then go back to go and do what they were doing originally. No. Added upper class arrival, death alerts, and prestige gain losses. So when you get an upper class now, because they are quite rare, they will tell you when they arrive, when they die, exactly what happened. And they also, when you get a prestige gain or loss in the bottom right, when you have your messages, it has a big star now, and it says to you what actually is going on and why. All lower class characters made grubbier. I can't really explain that. It just is. They are dirtier looking. It is good. It is great. I love the fact they've done that because they were more normal looking. Overseers now look a bit more prim and proper. Upper class, you can tell they're upper class. They have nice hair. They have nice clothes. Lower class, they've been in the farms, let's say. Characters made slightly smarter about running away. Yeah! Which I hated. You'll probably see it in my last video. There's two things I hated. This one and people not doing work orders. Both of which have been tuned, should we say, in this one. Characters will return to civilization if they find themselves not in civilization. If they're not in town and they've gone off somewhere, they will actually have something in their script that will say, hey, I should be going back to town. Characters will flee towards civilization. So every time it says civilization, just think about town. The town. That isn't necessarily the town, but in my case it always is. Will flee towards the town if an enemy is nearby, but not too near, and character is not in civilization. So if they're running away, they will not keep running away, and then keep running away, and then keep running away. They will try and turn around and run back towards. Really, what they're trying to say is whereabouts your guards are, who are also chasing. Because everyone runs at the same speed. It's like when you play an MMO and someone who's got DPS has got threat, and you're kind of saying, run back towards the tank. I run the same speed as you. You have to run towards me. Obviously, things like that have changed now, but that's how it used to be. Colonists will no longer gossip with colonists tagged with frontier justice. So frontier justice is the one where you're sort of saying kill them because they are underhand, roguish bastards. Now, whilst your guys are going to try and kill them, the next door neighbour won't say, oh, what have you been up to today? Have you had a cabbage soup recently? No. They'll go, ooh, not talking to you. You're a bit... Ooh. They discriminate against them because I've told them they should be shot. Yes. Adding more names for characters. Yippee. Balance. Eldritch transformation made slightly more difficult to achieve, which is good. Means we're not going to have as many of them, which is good. Fixed. Colonists no longer walk really, really far to butcher things, unless we tell them to. And also, they won't go really, really far to hunt animals unless they're ordered to, which is good because, again, you suddenly say, well, hang on, whereabouts my colonists? Oh, right there, 4.5 screens away, hunting that one bit of wildlife. Yeah, they don't do that anymore. Added more names for work crews. Fixed various script errors in the friend-making process. And balance. Turned one starting labourer into an overseer, which is nice. There were a lot of labourers. To be fair for me, though, I think I had enough teams. I usually found that I didn't have enough work to give them at first, so that's not really a good thing for me, but maybe for others it is. Adjusted class rations for immigration slightly. Adjusted class rations. Ratios, that might be. I think that's probably ratios. Yeah. Murderers would run away from other murderers rather than murdering them. So there's two people who are murderers. One's walking down the street about to go and kill someone. Another murderer comes up to them, and then the first murderer goes, "Ah, you're a murderer! I'm running from you." No. So everyone else tried to run away from murderers, but now they've stopped it so that murderers don't run away from murderers. They just try and murder each other. Which is quite good, actually, because you get rid of your murderers then, don't you? It's pretty good. Added alerts for various cases of death due to murder. Being marked for justice but getting murdered by cultists instead, and being marked for justice but getting killed by something else entirely. So basically, if you're marked as frontier justice and you get murdered, it won't say you were killed by frontier justice. It will say you were killed by being murdered. It just tells you what actually happened this time. Cleaned up emotion animation chops for characters. Hooked up a couple more animations. Have them attempt an emotion icon if it's been a while since an icon has been displayed. Just fixed some scripts there and also added a couple of animations, which is nice. I wouldn't know which one's exactly been added. Fixed jobs not being taken if you have a workshop assignment, regardless of whether or not the assignment is being done. Yeah! As you saw in my previous video, one of the things that pissed me off entirely was because I had all these jobs sitting there and people were like, yeah, gonna gossip, gonna do a bit of dancing, might even go for a walk. But the workshop there is asking for you to go and create some food because you're all starving. Yeah, yeah, but you know that bird is quite interesting. I'm going to no. They should now, and it has improved. I've tried it myself. It has improved. They will try to complete assignments. Yeah. Two work parties compete for the same assignment, causing one of them to take a new assignment, which is really good. So it basically means that if they create more competition. So if you have multiple work crews, they'll try and get the same one. If they can't get to that one, they'll then go to another one. Whereas before, I think it was the case of where if someone had something, the other ones would just sit around doing nothing. Whereas now, because they're trying to compete with things, they're more likely to go and do something else as well, which is good. Jobs are now correctly deleted from a very large internal table when they are aborted. So every time a job was aborted, it was collected in a table in the back end. That's now deleted, which should reduce the memory load. Mob justice, huzzah! Civilians may join in on frontier justice if they have certain traits. So some of our civilians were sort of a bit brutish, they liked guns, whatever. Now they will actually help frontier justice. It won't just be you being military who are off chasing the fish people and you want to kill someone. Now your big bruiser guy, who he's a bit of a farmer, he's a bit of a boy though, he's been around town. He's going to come. He's going to come down and he's going to beat that guy up with a gun in the back until he's dead. Yeah, that's a good thing. Added some more randomness to flee from target position, so they dodge a bit now. They go a bit to the left, a bit to the right, a bit to the left. Maybe do a bit of a duck, maybe a barrel roll. They don't just go. That should be good. Balance, decreased effect of hunger on eat food, as it would easily exceed runaway from murderous fish people. So I think that means that it's lower down on the table of importance now, which means that if they need to eat food, they won't just suddenly stop to eat food if they're being chased by people. They'll actually keep running away until they can actually get to safety. Because it's a bit silly being chased by a murdering person, a murderer, and then you sort of say, you know what, I know you're beating me in the back of the head, but I want this ham sandwich. No. Reweighted experience terror job, reweighted emotion animations to base utility on that. Added feel madness emotion. Added a felt madness memory. Made immigration event give more game log info, which it does. It gives you what did it actually tell me? I think it broke down who arrived. I did it once before the game then crashed, unfortunately. I was doing a workshop thing and the game crashed. Well, it came out with a massive log that I couldn't get rid of, so I couldn't really see what happened. Added some upper class. The strange thing is, it takes a print screen. What happens? It prints this screen. It didn't print the actual game screen. Madness. Anyway, added some upper class character behaviours. Don't know what they are yet. Added snubbing. So upper class will go, ooh, the lower class. Yeah. Various vicar jobs like pray and preach in chapel. Colonists of appropriate inclination want to join a vicar in prayer. Colonists should be somewhat less prone to interrupting important work with gossip. That, oh Jesus Christ, that should not happen. Where was I? That shouldn't happen because in real life, important work is interrupted by gossip. Every job I've been in, people do stop working to gossip. No, they should keep that back in. I obviously like it as a player, as an overlord of all this, but still, it's not realistic. Animals. There's new animals. There's a land dragon. Yeah. Giant snail. Nice. And an Antipodian vomiting fox. Now, I wonder what Antipodian meant. I looked it up. And apparently, it was, let's see if I can remember this correctly. I've got it written, so we'll have a look in a second. The Antipodians were from Australia, and they were pro-figurative art, anti the other one. Abstract. So that, yeah, Antipodians were a group of Australian modern artists who asserted the importance of figurative art and protested against abstract expressionism. They staged a single exhibition in Melbourne during August 1959. So they're like figurative as opposed to abstract. I have no idea what's got to do with vomiting foxes. No idea at all. Now, the foxes themselves, they are cute. I haven't seen them vomit yet, and I haven't got any inclinations to why they're figurative. But still. Added pack hunting. Maybe because it's all about figurative. They thought that abstract expressionism made you feel just basically look like a vomiting fox, because it does. I don't understand abstract expressionism at all. It is just ridiculous. If you're an artist out there who does it, good for you. But seriously, have you seen what you do? It's ridiculous. Just go and search for abstract expressionism and let me know what you think. It is. Added pack hunting behaviour for carnivores, which is pretty cool. They actually go around and they try and kill things as a pack. Makes sense. Added more sophisticated fleeing. Fix snail walk backwards. Don't understand that one. Carnivores can butcher corpses and eat meat. That makes sense. I wondered why it didn't actually happen. So if there is something dead on the floor and a carnivore goes near it, say it's a wolf or whatever, they will actually eat it. They'll actually break it up and eat it themselves. They'll eat the meat that's on the floor. It makes complete sense. We added beetle steaks. Added some more animal spawns near game start. Good. And I have seen that. There were actually a few There's less animals around, but there's more variety. It's like 2 or 3 here, 2 or 3 there, 2 or 3 there, as opposed to a pack of 8 really far away. Fixed, removed unnecessary square root parameter from proximity query code for Aurochs. Animals can now interrupt their jobs at 1-second intervals, thus act smarter. So I don't know what the parameter was before, but now every second a trigger goes off. Should I be doing something different? Should I be doing something different? And eventually it'll be yes, I should, which is good. Added some new animal behaviours, mostly involving run away from stuff. So kind of that. If you're hitting them with a gun, it may have taken them 2 or 3 seconds. I don't know how long it was before to actually react to that, whereas now it's a second. Eldritch things. Fish people can use urchin grenades and they explode properly. Fish people are given simple personality archetypes to affect behaviours. So they're a bit more like the human side of things. You know, if they're more fearful, if more aggressive, you'll see that in how they behave. Fish people with leadership qualities. I wonder if you can see it though. With leadership qualities can rally raiding parties over various issues. Nice. Grey fish people made more silver. Cleaned up interrupt and job utilities on fish people jobs. They were all over the place. Balance. Lowered obeliskian hit points to 2/3 previous value. Fish people can now interrupt jobs at 1-second intervals as well. Add additional error check-in. Obeliskins was use correct run animation. Made fish person try to get slightly closer to target before using fish gun. Makes sense. Added landmine emote to fish people when they become scared of landmines. There we go. Combat. Added an affliction system. Everything can now be hurt in a variety of terrible ways. I do not know if that means everything is in everything. You know, well, it does mean that in a way. It does mean that agile objects, because we'll come to that later. I don't know if it means that parts of people, because an affliction system would sort of mean they've got no fingers, they've got no arm, they've got no leg anymore. So I'm not sure if that's what it means. I haven't seen that yet. Fixed, because you'll see further on, because they've added the bandits, they've reduced the number of fish people. So I didn't actually get a fish people attack for quite a while. In fact, I didn't get one before it crashed. I was a good 3 days into the game, which is quite strange. Fixed fish people freezing up on ranged attacks. Added AoE to the blunderbuss. Added bandits and bandit attack event. Yeah! Bandits will spawn in camps. So they're like fish people, but they're going to spawn in camps. They're going to be humans. Some of them will have armor. Halala. Bandits will steal your stuff. So fish people are just there to destroy everything. Bandits are there to try and steal things. Added bandit camps that you can forage for supplies. So if there are bandit camps there and the bandits aren't there, you can actually go and steal from them as well. You can yield to bandits and let them take your stuff without a fight. So instead of killing anybody, you can just sort of say, you know what, fair play mate, off you go, take it. Reduce fish people attacks frequency and size to kind of compensate for that. So you probably get just as many attacks overall, just as much attack against you, but you get a lot less fish people ones, which I would prefer to see the variety. That's good. Made characters more willing to fight if in civilization. Made all combatants less interested in attacking fleeing enemies. So if someone's running away, they're not going to chase them and chase them and chase them and chase them and chase them. They're more likely to go and attack the one that's actually still in your civilization, which really pissed me off as well. Which is really good. Everything that pissed me off, they're fixed now. Soldiers will fight harder near their squad rally point and will retreat to rally points if available. So you put if your main area is here, and you put a rally point over here, and there's fish people here, fish people here, fish people here, they'll try and kill the ones that are here first, as opposed to just running around randomly. Landmines made more damaging. Explosive commodities will now explode when damaged. So it means if you have, I guess, ammunition pretty much. What else is explosive? Landmines? Are there landmines? Will explode if they get damaged. Incidentally, commodities can now be destroyed by damage, and they're going to see how horribly this pans out. So if you have cabbage, if you have timber, and a landmine explodes near it, they might get damaged and destroyed as well. Added ability for hunters to shoot hostiles in combat, which is good. So you've got just random hunters going off. You know, they're going to kill a fox. They're killing a fox with a gun, and then up comes a fish person, and they go, "Oh dear, what do I do?" Well, now they actually shoot. Adjusted civilian melee attacking, so they actually do it. Added NCO replacement event if you have no NCOs. That's really good. So if you've got no NCOs anymore, it was a bit screwy. And you had to wait for that thing to come up and say, well, do you want an overseer or not? And you say, yes, overseer. Oh, shit, you're not an NCO. Now there's actually a chance of an event will happen to say, someone's been promoted to an NCO. Hooray! Did a bunch of combat job rebalances and fixes. Increased utility of picking up bullets. So before, they would literally do anything but pick up bullets if there was anything else to do. So if they had to go and move something to a stockpile, if they had to go and chop down some timber, which you wouldn't really have you guys doing, but if you did, they'd go and do that. Now, the picking up bullets is a much higher priority. So if they have no bullets, they'll get some bullets. Good. Lower the search range for bullets, so they don't want into bandit camps to find bullets. I guess that's just, they've had to add that purely because they've added bandits. Before it was an issue. Made soldiers attempt to attack closest target rather than any in range. I don't like that, because if, say for instance, you go here, this guy's the closest, that guy's further away. If you attack him down to 1 health and he starts running, this guy then becomes the closest. So then does he then start attacking him because he's closer? We'll see. Made armoured tag reduce damage to half rather than a third, because now more people are armoured. Terrain. Fixed spawning of swamp forests. Overhauled giant horsetail model. Or node job cancellation doesn't shut off ore node forever. Ah, sweet. So if you actually did ask them to go and mine the ore, and you then actually stop that, please, all of a sudden, and then you say go and do it again, before they would not do it again because apparently it effectively didn't exist anymore. Now it's good. They've improved the water shader. Although I played on a map that had no water. Damn it, I should have done that. New Lingonberry and Saskatoonberry models. I didn't even know Saskatoonberry even existed. Ooh, I should go and find that out. Overhauled hematite nodes. They do look nice now. Terrain. Added some grass to the temperate beach. Grass now knows that it is a plant. Lovely. Workshops can now have standing orders to maintain a given amount of product in the colony. That is great. I love this. I've tried it out. On your workshops, you've got your big workshop window now, which has actually been increased in size, which that says further down. Sorry about that. On it, you now have, add your order. You've got a plus and a minus, and you have a big X as well. And on the left-hand side, you have now a button that sort of, if you click it, it makes it into a standing order. And what that means is that you can say wooden planks, maybe make up to 10. Click standing order, or before, make up to 10. They'd make 10, they'd stop. You do it again, they make 5, they'd stop. Now you can say 5, standing order. Once you click standing order, it will basically send out a script that goes out and it looks around and it says, do I have 5 planks or not? If the answer is no, if it's below 5, they'll make a plank. They'll then check again, do I have 5 planks? Yes, they won't bother to making any. They'll check again, do I have 5 planks? Once it goes down to 4, 3, 2, 1 or 0, they'll make some more. It's a way to keep a constant supply without you basically saying create 10. Yeah, now I've got 25. Now I've got 0. Now I've got 25. I've got 0. Now it'll try and be like 10, 10, 10, 9, 10, 10, 10, 9, 10, 9, 10, 9, etc. Yeah. So that's a really good thing to have. It's good with food and it's good with planks. It's good with things that you have a lot of supply and demand going up and down, up and down. That's a good thing to have. Added the chapel building, as it says. They've added this building here. Added a set of chapel modules. Kitchens can make pumpkin pie, which actually has a very strange animation. Not animation, sorry. It has a very strange icon. It's a guy's head with lots of blood on it. Yeah. I think that's a film reference. Yeah. Added carpets. I did not notice that, so yeah, I should go back and check that. Fixed the thing where landmines logs couldn't count down in commodity stats when placing landmine gabions. Didn't notice that. Didn't know that one existed. Added ability to remove landmines and dismantle gabions. Thank you very much. Fixed crash when a module is interrupting precisely with start that one again. Fixed crash when a module is interrupted at precisely the last second of construction. And this is the one. They somehow managed to affect 3 people. So they've fixed a bug that's affected 3 people. But they've classed it as actually being a bug. And they fixed it. It's amazing. Added lots of pies and pie making jobs. Fix potential errors in harvest FSM. Smelting, distilling and ceramics jobs now do the queued process thing. So you basically you say you want them, you then it starts smelting, you then put say iron into smelt, the person can then walk away and do something else until it's finished. They'll go and pick it up and bring it out. So it means that people can be more efficient at what they do. They don't have to just be standing over everything whilst it goes on. Fix the crash when importing jobs. Office building type now in game to facilitate buildings which are neither homes nor workshops. That's true. That comes under the office building type. That must be some back-end thing, because that's not seen from the front. Chapels are just under buildings like everything else. UI. Increase the size of the workshop panels, as I said before, because you've got the extra buttons now. It is actually quite a bit bigger. It's bigger. It's not quite a bit bigger. It is just bigger. And it's nice. It's a good size. That's what she said. Added various controls to workshop job queues, as I said before. Fixed colonists killed by fish people, creating an alert that says they were killed by murderers. That's a clean up thing really. Upper class door resource cost tooltip. Added icons for chapel modules. Added icons for lots of decor modules. Added icon for pumpkin pie. As I said, it's that really weird funny thing. Fixed. Checked that every ticket icon was valid to fix some broken ones. X to cancel assignment now mostly works in the job menu. So when I said about it's next on the side, no. When I tried it, then loads of LUA error came up again and again and again, like 1,000 of them. I couldn't get rid of them. Fixed combo box now has correct behaviour in workshop menu. Added icon to hover over frontier justice colonists. Beautiful. And finally, fixed flattened terrain beacon wasn't deleting itself in a certain case. Indeed, you'll see that on mine. I did loads of flattened ones. They finished them off, and just little beacons were everywhere. You couldn't get rid of them. It was very, very strange. That's the patch notes. 33, it's a good deal. It's nothing major, but they're all fixes. They're all small improvements, little bits here and there. And in their months, that's basically in 1 month's development. I think that's a good deal. And the massive thing that they've done is updating the back end so that it's up to a later OpenGL. I think it's 3.2, and they've made it so it fixes for Mac OS and it's for Linux. So that is something that's going to take a lot of their time up. And for not a very big group of people, that's the fact they've got anything else out at all is really good. So I think the next one doesn't have any big major back-end things doing that I've seen. So they should be able to bring out more content, I would say. And that is it. Hopefully you've enjoyed that. I'll definitely be doing some videos coming up during the next month. And if you would like to see a lot of them, let me know, and I'll do more and more based on your comments. But these videos actually do seem to get quite a lot of hits. But do comment, thumbs up, thumbs down if you don't like it, but just comment. If you're going to thumbs down, at least comment and say why. If you're going to thumbs up, again, comment, just say why, say what you think about it. Because if you like them, if you want them to be changed anyway, let me know. I don't know what you want unless you tell me, but I'm willing to make some changes if needed. God, it sounds like we're in a relationship, doesn't it? I will change if you never change for someone, by the way. Relationship advice: change yourself on little things, yeah, but don't change yourself as a person. If you're a sort of person that likes to wake up late all the time, and someone says, well, you should be waking up early, don't start waking up early for them, because you're the sort of person who wakes up late. Someone else out there will love the fact you wake up late. You'll never be just... Relationship advice, what am I doing? I hope you enjoyed this video, and I will see you guys next time in some of my other videos, but let me know what you think, including about relationship advice. Yeah, bye-bye.